daher Alarm zu geben, wenn so wer dabei wankt dort am Horizont. Nur 99 Luftballons. Kriegsminister, Streichholz und Benzinkanister hielten sich für schlaue Leute, witterten schon fette Beute, riefen Krieg und wollten Macht.
Come on. Special delivery from Russia. Let me grab a knife and open this. What is it, Sapphire? You're not as excited as me, are you? Oh, okay. 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 Yes, loom. Another bit of loom here. Alright, I'm gonna have to open these up. Alright, that's the AFM, the knock control module, and the ECU, and the Azazel. Buddy, you're in the way. Okay, mate. And the loom to suit. So I can finally get this bloody thing wired up, which would be nice, because I miss driving this thing. Tomorrow my brother's dropping in, and we're gonna start wiring up the ECU for the 3T GTE. I've got to pull NooB out into the center of the shed right here.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumor. Yeah, boy. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents?
Parcel shelf, RT40 Corona. It's pretty mint.
Are you sure about that?
Wind deflector for an RT40 Corona. I left it sitting on NooB.
You're a fucking idiot. This needs to stop now.
I miss this thing. It's the first time she's been moved since, shit, maybe March? I know I'm probably copping a lot of hate at the moment for just leaving this thing in the shed. But trust me, I do miss it. I do miss it. I always miss this thing. She's looking a bit sad without the front end on her. But what you have to understand is, between running the business, renovating the house with my wife that we bought only 12 months ago, and of course fixing the fucking problems I keep having with the van, I've just not had time to work on NooB. But tomorrow's the day I finally get to work on her, after probably about 9 months. So my brother's coming round. We're gonna see if we can get her wired up. Hopefully a start. Not too sure though. You know, wiring can be a bit of a bitch. I do hate myself for just leaving it in the shed. I do. But hey, tomorrow we're gonna get this thing running. Hopefully, be nice to make the choo-choo noises. I mean, the 18RG was fun, but you know, gotta upgrade eventually. I'm pretty sure me and my brother can handle it. You know, it's all the factory ECU and loom from a TA64 Celica, so it suits the motor. It shouldn't be far off suiting the car, and hopefully, if we get a start at some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully make it to All Japan Day in February 24th from memory. I know that's pretty optimistic in the short amount of time, but it's not like we've never cut a deadline close like that before. I mean, 2015, I rebuilt the 18RG about a week before All Japan Day. 2016, I decided to swap the gearbox in NooB 2 days before All Japan Day. 2017, All Japan Day, we managed to get Lemon Truck there. We got it wired up the night before, and that was the test drive was to the car wash, so that just made it. 2018 didn't have any major deadlines we had to reach before getting there, so NooB made that one just fine.
I know you will. Because the last time I pointed out, I'll be like, or it'll be like a different.
So I guess we'll see what 2019 holds. Alright, today's the day. Finally get to work on it. My brother's going to be here in the next hour or so I'm just going to get it ready. I won't be needing this anymore. Get that Euro trash off my lawn.
What's wrong with this, mate? This is a part of history.
What, the little see it?
Yeah. How good's it look?
Fucking mad hubcaps.
Hey. Ooh, it is done.
We'll just have to fuck off that insulation.
No turning back now.
I reckon if I replace the grommet on that, it'll look factory. But yeah, that looks mint.
Fuck yeah.
That's how we did Saskia's lemon truck.
Yeah.
That looks great. And that should miss all the aircon box and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fits nicely.
It does.
We just gotta work out how to do the crossover pipe and everything.
That's it. Do an alternator relocation on this side.
Nah, because I want aircon.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck no, fuck you, I want
Fuck
aircon,
yeah,
alright? I'm a bitch now, I need it. All our old pieces of shit cars have it now. I want this old piece of shit car to have it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, so we'll pull the motor out and attach the loom to it.
Yep.
Doing a good job, Aiden. Doing a good job. You going, Greg?
I know. It's all the stress I gotta deal with.
Yeah, it's me with fucking turbo motor.
Yeah, I know. Gotta get this shit ready before All Jap Day.
I know, we've only got 2 months. Less than.
Thanks for reminding.
Alright, so after fucking around all day with this, we've come to the conclusion that we can't use this motor without some work. Because it's got a pretty serious coolant leak weeping from the back of the cylinder head there. So if I have to end up doing a cylinder head, I will probably end up rebuilding the whole friggin' thing. Honing the block, getting new rings, bearings, gasket kit, I might as well do the lot. But I'm also hunting for a complete running motor to drop in so I can hopefully make it to All Japan Day and build this one on the side. Because the loom is actually a hell of a lot easier to wire up than we originally thought. Basically nothing is getting wired into the body loom of the RA40. The ECU gets its own power from ignition and earthing from the body. So like, you know, everything's friggin'... Oh, it's piss easy. Compared to Lemon Truck, which was a fucking nightmare with the amount of wires going through the body loom, this should technically be piss easy. Technically.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
I mean, we've drilled the hole there in the exact same spot as we did for Lemon Truck. It's perfect because the loom goes between the aircon evaporator and the fan box. And the ECU can sit just above the glove box, tucked up under the dash there, like we did on Lemon. This is off of a Cressida, 5MG Cressida, I'm pretty sure. And it fit basically the exact same as what the one on my wife's car fit. It's pretty much the same fucking thing. Bolted here like on hers, bolted there like on hers. We just have to bend the brackets a bit to get it to sit a bit lower. And then do the bottom mounting point. And I have to swap the AFM over to the 3T GTE one. And then that's done. The only other really difficult, annoying bit is the coil and igniter. Because this thing actually runs 2 coils with 1 igniter. It's a fucking weird setup. But I mean, it's a weird fucking motor, so, you know, what do you expect? Cap. As you can see, they're a funky setup. So I've got to see if I can either source an original igniter and hook that up with some coils, or I might have to work out a way to run 2 separate coils maybe. So that's the only major hurdle really. I also need a fuel tank and EFI fuel lines, but I am potentially getting an RT142 wagon up here in the next couple of weeks. So I'll pull the fuel tank out. If it's a good tank, I'll fit it to this. I'll pull the fuel lines out and fit into this, because it's exactly what we used in my wife's RA40, so it should all theoretically work. It should just work.
All of this just works.
We were originally thinking of having the AFM bolted straight to this, so it could go straight into the turbo, and then having a pipe come out in here with a pod filter. But the issue with that is then it doesn't look very factory, and I know it's annoying to hear this, but people don't seem to understand why I want to do it. I want this to look like it came out the factory with this motor. I want it to look completely stock and factory, like the RA40s came out as fucking TA46s with bloody 3T GTEs, you know. I want it to look original. And that's why I'm having this big bastard of a fucking airbox in here, is because it's exactly the ones that the Coronas and the TA63 GTs had with the turbo motors. The only thing I might change is not have this pipe on here, and instead I might have a pipe from the back go through with a pod filter behind that guard now. The other problem with the motor is that it's got some funky shit on it. This has been modified. I don't know why, but they've welded up all the holes in here. That looks like it's been threaded into there. I think this used to be where brake booster used to be, but they've got some form of sensor in there now. We're missing a sensor off the front here. We don't have the factory crossover pipe. Don't have the factory inlet pipe that goes across the front of the motor, which I want. This dizzy's got to come out because I sourced a factory dizzy that has the cap and the factory cap and rotor and all that. The other thing that was weird is the throttle body. The throttle body off this motor is not a Toyota one. I don't know what the fuck this is. But it's not Toyota. So, I mean, if I can source a complete motor to chuck in, that would be freaking awesome. Because then I'll make it to All Japan Day and I can build this one slowly on the side. If not, I'm going to have to rush to rebuild this one, which I mean shouldn't be hard. I know where to get the gaskets, rings and bearings. It's just a matter of getting all that stuff and getting the block honed and everything before the end of February, and then getting it in and test driving it and all that. I've got a G-Series bell housing over there to mount to my W57 steel sandwich plate gearbox, which is sitting over there, which was in NooB. Hopefully we'll make it to All Japan Day, but I don't know, man. I'm not super confident about that. We running out of time. I did leave it too late to actually start work on this thing, and I'm only discovering all these freaking issues now. Even though I've had this motor for, what, 2 years? So, yeah, I guess it's my fault. But what do you do? I will try my damnedest to get it to All Japan Day, but it's not looking hopeful at the moment. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. Sorry for the video disappointing you if you thought maybe we were going to have it running tonight. I thought we were at least going to get it turning over. Not running, but at least turning over. And then we could have checked and tested things, but I had no idea how much I was actually missing until we started trying to place things in here. So, sorry guys, bit of a disappointing video this one, but at least it's an update. At least it's an update so you guys can see where I stand with this, and you can see that I'm trying, and I've not just left it locked in a shed with nothing happening. We will get there. We will get there. Because I love this motor. It's such a cool looking motor. Alright guys, catch us later.
Next time on NooB Auto Parts.
Time to pull the cylinder head off.